Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So I'm doing this video this morning live for a couple different reasons. And as you noticed by the title of the video, we're going to talk about videos. We're going to talk about going live. And a lot of this is being triggered, obviously, by a lot of the situation that is happening with us right now, with needing to be home, with needing to run our businesses from home, remotely, online, and to kind of reassure you all that this can still work. And I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you guys in regards and reasons why, right? It's not even just tips and tricks. I want you guys to understand the reasons behind things as to why they work, why they're good ideas, okay? So good morning to all of you. I'm jumping right in because I would like to share a lot of information with you and I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Feel free to put hashtag replay. It's up to you. But I think it's pretty obvious with what's going on in our world right now that people are just kind of turning towards Facebook. They're turning towards Instagram, TikTok, all of these amazing social platforms. And here we've been using Zoom for team meetings forever. And now society is using them as a means of connection, right? So if you've been running your business online, then you've been doing social distancing for a really long time, right? You've already been exposed to creating an environment that is virtual for your customers. Good morning, everyone. That is for your customers that doesn't need to be right there in your face. And Nick, I'm very glad that you brought that up because there's a very important piece to why I look like this. And thank you. So yes, we are turning to online virtual connection, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. All right. We're creating online community. We are trying to get that connection that we physically aren't able to get right now through this virtual means, through this platform that creates these connections for us. And here's why video, going live, static, not native, whatever you want to call it, is so important right now. It is so important right now to do video. And the reason is because, okay, first of all, I'm going to quote something. According to HubSpot research, HubSpot is a pretty globally known internet. They do email, they do CRM, they do all kinds of things for business and personal, and they're very internet driven. According to HubSpot research, low quality, authentic, raw material is what people want to see. They're not all about the edited movie star version of video. They want to see the real deal. They want to feel connected knowing that you didn't wear any makeup today. One of the people that I've been following during this whole epidemic is Teresa Caputo. Teresa, she's a medium, I don't know if you know who she is, from New York or New Jersey. She, on her show, is all dolled up and her face is always done and her hair is always done and she just always is on point, like all the time. And her lives that she's been doing on Facebook, she doesn't have one stitch of makeup on. Her hair isn't done. She's clean, but none of it is done. And that is the most connection I have had with her since I've been watching her for years, because I feel that she's not above me. She's not better than me. She's just like me. She might have a gift, but she is just like me, and she's no longer intimidating to me, right? So think about it for your customers or for your team. When you do all of this editing stuff and you do all of this dolling up and all of this extra, it can be intimidating. We don't want to intimidate our customers. We want to welcome them in. We want them to feel like I'm sitting right next to them having a cup of coffee, right? And just having that connection, okay? So creating online communities, which we do with our Facebook parties. A lot of people have been asking me this lately. Do you do your Facebook parties in an event or in a group? I used to do them solely in events. Facebook has changed some things, and I don't like doing them in events as much. I don't have as much flexibility. I use things like Post My Party or Share, and you can't do auto posting in an event anymore. So I've moved over and I've grafted over into groups. And the reason that I love it even more now is because of that community that we create within a group that a party can have. The group becomes the home, right? They get welcomed in, they can find information. There's different rooms, files, of different places that they can find information. I can create photo albums to do my display. There's a lot of flexibility that I have in a group that I don't have in an event. And that's in the Facebook world. When you're in, doing a party on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or Periscope, which don't even know if they have Periscope anymore, but I know it's still out there because I went and checked them out the other day, and yes, they are still doing Periscope. The groups allow for that community feeling, okay? Now, what's happening right now? You guys are watching me live, and if you're watching this on YouTube, then I'm sorry you're not watching me live. There's this connection that's happening, and you guys are saying, oh, she's live. She's at her home. She's sitting at her desk in her office, and I am sitting there with her right now. Technology is beautiful. There might be a little bit of a delay, but it's still live, right? I didn't do my hair today. I put it up in a little ponytail. Matter of fact, it's fairly greasy because I'm doing a coconut oil treatment on it, right? So it's raw. You don't see me wearing any makeup. I've got a t-shirt on. I'm in my sweatpants. I got my slippers on. I'll even show them to you. Look, I got my slippers on, right? My dogs are sleeping next to me. This is raw. This is real. This is authentic. And this is what you guys love, right? We love real-time TV, right? We love to watch real-life TV. We love to be able to delve into that place that most people can't see behind closed doors. Everybody wants to know what's going on, right? So this is the way to connect with your customers and your team. I'm going to throw the team in there too, because, this is how we've been doing Zoom for a really long time. And that's been a great way to have a community-driven meeting or training or whatever, because everybody has the ability to talk and interact, and it's just a wonderful thing. Well, why can't you do that with your customers? Why can't you do a Zoom party with your customers? Right? Why can't you have a party with all of your customers in the room and do a Zoom party? I do them all the time, right? Sometimes there's a little bit of this is a blessing for us. This I know this sounds weird, but having Zoom become one of the largest platforms for people to connect on a social level, rather than just using it in corporate and in training and that sort of thing, people are learning how to use Zoom. Now it's not going to be so difficult for us to be able to bring our customers over into the Zoom world because they know how to use it now, right? We don't have to teach them. So there's a beauty. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk a little bit about algorithm. Algorithm is something that social platforms use to determine whether people want to see your stuff or not. Okay. It is a known fact that for over a year now, probably a couple years, that any platform, and when I refer to platform, I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever your platform is, okay? They want to know that what you're providing for content is something people want to see. Why do you think we are so driven around likes and hearts and comments and all of this stuff? Because the more we get, the more that platform shows us. The more we get in the reaction, right? So if you gave some hearts right now, Facebook would know that you guys are loving me, right? So if you are reacting to the content, then the platform will know that people want to see you. So if people want to see you, then they're going to want to show you more, right? So they're going to push you up into the viewing so that you're on top of people's feeds, that maybe you are not sponsored, but focused, what's the word I'm looking for? Spotlighted on Instagram. Okay? So the more engagement that you get, the more the platform will give you. So that's a super important thing to understand when it comes to the basics of how these platforms work, okay? That is the same inside of a group. It's the same when you go live on your fan page versus your personal page, okay? So that's super, super important. Facebook specifically favors live videos, especially right now. Like everybody's going live. You're getting free concerts from artists, right? Everybody's going live. And so it is in your favor to do lives because Facebook favors them, okay? Facebook is going to actually bump up, even if you're not live anymore, they're going to bump up your live video so that it is rewatched more. And we as, good morning, Rachel and Marissa, we as individual human beings will watch a live more so than a static video. Now, let me put this into perspective. A video is going to get watched a lot more than a static post. If you just put a picture and some words, yes, it's going to be seen, but a lot of times it's kind of glazed over. It's like somebody taking a book and just kind of like going through, right? When we talk about scrolling, that's what's happening. But when there's a video, a lot of times we hit that triangle, right? And we start watching, even if it's a replay. But it's guaranteed to be watched more if it's a live. And that is statistical proof through Facebook's algorithms and stats that they have recorded, okay? So why is it in our best interest to go live in our group for a Facebook party or an online party? Because Facebook's going to show it to them. They're going to send notifications out saying, hey, somebody's live in that group of yours. You might want to go watch it, right? But if we just make a post, the notifications don't always go out. Is that not true? You guys probably have witnessed that on your own. Even in a group that there's a significant or a specific amount of people in that you've invited, and you go and post something, they kind of miss the notifications sometimes. I see this often, and people will ask me, well, how come, I created a group, nobody's getting the invites and nobody's seeing the posts and da-da-da-da-da. Go live. You want to boost up the amount of people that are seeing stuff in your group? Go live in it, okay? So that's the statistical, algorithmy, technical jargon stuff that goes with going live and doing videos. You can do static videos and still get some interaction. But here's the key, okay? The key is to upload the video directly into the platform. Often, and I've done this, but I've also seen the difference. A lot of people will upload their video to Vimeo or they'll upload it to YouTube and then they share the link into their group. That's not going to get boosted by Facebook. That's just not, okay? So the best way to do that is to upload it directly into the group or directly onto your page, okay? The other thing that can happen is if you create a video and you upload it to your page, you can create what's called a watch party in your group for that video. And now all of a sudden, the engagement has gone up because now you've created a watch party. Everybody got notified that there's a watch party going on. You know how that is. You've had it happen, right? So now you have the ability to do that. If you're doing it via link from a different platform, it ain't going to happen. You're not going to get that engagement. Okay? The most important part, and this is what I want to drill home for you right now. I want you guys to understand that even outside of what's happening in our world right now, this is how I built my business. Virtually. It's 96% of my business was built virtually. Okay? I'm sitting in a town that has 192 people in it. Census will tell me if that's wrong this year. I'm at the top title of, and I'm not saying any of this to brag. I'm a superstar director at this point. I've been with Scentsy for 10 years, and the 96% of my business was built virtually. If I can do this, you can do this. You just need to embrace it and not be scared of it and just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Okay? And here's the huge benefit of video versus post. Okay? And I'm going to kind of look at my notes. I don't want to forget stuff. Okay? One, we know that we're going to build some sort of connection. You guys watching me right now, sometime in your voice is going to say, I know her. I've been watching her. Or if this is the first time that you see me, then you're saying, I'm getting to know her right now because I can see her, I can hear her, I can watch her facial expressions. She talks with her hands. She's super animated. Look at all the stuff behind her. She must love her job, right? There's a connection that's being created between you and I because of the fact that you can see me. Period. Right? All of these live shows that we watch, right? The reality shows that we watch, is the fact that we feel that we know them because we're watching them in real life. That's connection. That's connection. Okay? The other part is that we as a viewer want to see authenticity. We want to see raw. We want to see mistakes. We want to see greasy hair because you're doing a coconut oil treatment. We want to see you mess up your words because you're nervous. We thrive on bloopers, do we not? We think they're amazing. Anytime somebody says there's a blooper reel, we're watching it. Okay? I know that I personally am intimidated when I see a perfectly edited video. Part of me feels jealous, right? Because I want to be able to create something like that. But part of me is like, I'll never be able to do that. So you're not inviting people into your world with a perfectly edited video. Because most people are going to be like, I can't do that. Or I wish I could do that, right? You're going to get the gamut of feelings because people are going to feel intimidated. And when we feel intimidated, what do? We walk away, we turn it off, we disconnect because there's no connection there, right? So the more authentic and raw that you are, the more people want to be with you. There's going to be a connection, okay? What else can happen when you're doing video, right? I was talking about bloopers. We can have humor and be funny, right? We can just be ourselves. And if you're a comic, then this is a great platform for you. You know, I'm not a comic. Do I say stupid stuff sometimes that sounds funny? Sure. We all do, right? We all do. And people love that. That's a connection, right? You may say a word like, this is wicked good. And people are like, oh my gosh, she must be from New England. Because everybody in New England says wicked, right? So if you're making that pristine, perfect video, you might opt not to do that kind of thing. But if you're being raw and authentic, you will, okay? The other thing that can happen when you are connecting, you are building relationships, you are forming a bond. I mentioned Teresa Caputo on the earlier part of this video, and one of the things that I had commented on one of her videos is I said, you're already she had mentioned something and I said, you're already part of my family. I've never met her. She doesn't know who I am from a hole in the wall. But I have the audacity to say that she's part of my family because I feel like I've connected with her over video, right? Your customers are going to have that same ability. You know, they've never met you. I'm going to tell you right now that I have not met 80, I would even venture to guess 90% of my team. Never met them. Team, not my group, right? My own personal team. People that I have personally sponsored, I've only met maybe 10% of them. But they're my family and I love them. And we connect all the time in our group and on live and in Zoom and on FaceTime and on Messenger video, right? Why can't we do that with our customers? Of course we can. Of course we can. So the other beauty of doing a live, hang on, is demonstration. Product, and you know what? I'm sitting here looking at my desk and I'm like, where's all my product? It's all back there. Product demonstration is super, super important in our business. People need to see what it looks like. People need to know how to work it, right? They need to know how it works, what it does. And here is the ironic part, and I'm here to tell you the truth. This is my business on how it has worked. They like to see how it works. They don't need to smell it. And let me tell you why. Okay. Is it a bonus for them to smell it? Absolutely. And so with my parties, I try to send out samples to my virtual parties. Doesn't always happen. Doesn't always happen. And I'll be the first to tell you that. Okay. They don't have to smell it. And the reason is because corporate has done such an amazing job at describing our scents. If you don't like mango and you read mango in the description, you're probably not going to buy it. But if you like cedar, then you're probably going to try it. Right? They do love to see and I don't get this, but it is. They love to see my reaction on how things smell. And I can give them a little bit of a glimpse of what it means to me, or how I keep looking around because I'm trying to find stuff that I can show. If I had a bar, it would be this right here. Okay. And then I smell it and I'm like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of my grandmother's banana bread. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, grandma's banana bread. I remember what that smells like. Right? So often you'll see videos of people doing first sniffs and their first reactions to the smells. And guys, It all works. It all works. They want to see colors. They want to see shapes. They want to see what it feels like. You know, when I'm describing one of these, like when I did his unboxing, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so soft. It's like sheen. And he's got this little mustache going on here. And look at his little this mustache. And he's got the notch missing in his ear. And this is where the scent pack goes. Let me open that up and show you. Oh my gosh, this has got mango in it and I absolutely love it. Right? You guys, seriously? Video is the way to do this. And I know that there's so many of you that are afraid to get on video. Get over it. If I can't be any more blunt, get over it. It could just blow your mind how good this could be for your business, especially right now. We can't do home parties, guys. I've been doing this for 10 years. Virtually. It works. Get out of your own way. Right? Get over it. The biggest tip that I can give you right now is create a group, put yourself in the group, and go live in the group by yourself. Practice if you need to. But I'm going to tell you, you don't need to. Just jump in. Who cares what you look like? Who cares what you sound like? They need connection right now, and we can help them. We can give that to them, right? We can give them a glimpse of hope in this time that we're having. We can be, this is my favorite saying, we can be the flashlight to guide them through the darkness. Okay? Video is so important right now. I don't care if you do a static video, meaning that you record it and then upload it into Facebook or whatever platform you want to upload it in, or if you go live. Just do one. Just do one. Okay? Where should I do this, Edie? Where should I do this? At the very beginning, I mentioned that when I'm doing Facebook parties, I do it in my group. Right now, I'm doing it in a group. Be specific to the content that you're providing as to where it needs to be seen, okay? I go live on my fan page, on my business page, when I want to do product demonstrations or maybe just some customer appreciation, that kind of thing, right? But the majority of my lives that I do are on my personal page. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm raw, because I'm real, because I'm authentic, this is part of who I am as a person. I am a Scentsy consultant. I live with Scentsy. I wash my hands. My $1 million Purell bottle that's almost empty. That's so sad. Show them life. Show them who you are and how you are getting through this, right? Show them how you use your product every day. Don't be salesy. Nobody wants a salesperson sitting in their house. Everybody wants a friend sharing how they enjoy a product. When you go to a good restaurant and you share with your friends, oh my gosh, I went to that restaurant the other day. It was so good. The service was amazing. What are you doing? You're selling that restaurant, but you're not selling, right? That's what I call sharing versus selling. Just share. Share your life with people. Let them in. They can't come visit right now, so let them in. Okay? All right. I hope that you guys found some useful tidbits. I hope that there were some golden nuggets, whatever you want to call them. Let's keep the conversation going in here, right? This group, and again, if you're seeing this somewhere else, I'm sorry. But this group is vital to us right now, right? This is where we can lift each other up and show each other how this can be done amongst the darkness that we're feeling right now. Let's be the flashlight for each other, Okay? I love you guys. Thank you for joining me early this morning. Go out and make a difference.